common theme in wrestling is a heel putting his hands on a female valet only for a male babyface to come to her rescue. Or in the Attitude Era, any man attacking a woman got cheered because anyone doing anything wrong back then got cheered. Whether it's a good guy saving a valet, a bad guy doing dastardly deeds, or an anti-hero getting a pop from the crowd, here are the worst times male wrestlers have attacked female wrestlers, starting with the two-man power trip go way too far. Austin and Triple H as the two-man power trip was an insane main event heel team that's rarely talked about these days. The two wreaked havoc on the babyface WWE wrestlers before winning the world title, the intercontinental title, and the tag titles between the two of them. It took the colossal team of the Brothers of Destruction to give them a good real fight. Before that, though, the Hardy Boys and Lita decided to fight back, and it led to one of the worst beatings in WWE history. The Hardys were brutalized with finishing moves and chair shots, but poor Lita took the worst of the exchange. Austin delivered brutal chair shot after brutal chair shot to the coolest woman in WWE at the time, and capped it off with a stunner. It was hard to watch then, it's definitely hard to watch now. The good-for-nothing father. The Godfather was an incredibly popular character in the late 90s, seen leading his ladies to the ring and dancing with them, often offering his opponent a chance to, dance with one of the ladies rather than fight him. This all changed in mid-2000 when he joined the worst group in the history of professional wrestling, the Right to Censor. It was important that the now good father show that he was leaving his past behind him, and it was emphasized when he powerbombed one of his ladies brutally through a table. Edge says no to Terry Runnels' services.
Oh no.
Edge has long been a favorite of female fans everywhere with his good looks and solid in-ring skills. It wasn't just the fans, though, as Terry Runnels offered her services to the winner of a ladder match between Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys at No Mercy 2000. The Hardys won, but Terry would consistently interfere with both teams until Edge had had enough of her and speared the horny little she-devil right in the middle of the ring. We were used to seeing the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock attack just about anybody, but this was new territory for the future rated R superstar. Stacy Keibler doesn't like Austin's beer. Austin responds. Look, there's an unwritten rule in wrestling that someone should really write down. When Stone Cold Steve Austin offers you a beer, you take the friggin' beer. Never one to shy away from hitting his signature stunner on men and women alike, there was a moment in 2003 when Austin offered a beer to Stacy Keibler in the middle of the ring. Stacy tried it, but she didn't like the taste and offered the frosty beverage back to the Texas Rattlesnake. Austin asked if she was sure. Like, really, Stacy? Are you sure you don't want to walk down this road? She said she was sure and promptly ate a stunner from the greatest wrestler of all time. Kane tombstones Linda McMahon. I wasn't initially thrilled with Kane taking off his mask, although the mouth-missing version of his character was easily the goofiest version he ever had. Seriously, he went from looking straight out of a horror movie to some goofy kid's superhero. Anyway, WWE wanted to bring back the mental patient version of Kane and did so by stripping him of his mask and his hair. To further solidify just what a psycho Kane had become, they had him tombstone the relatively untouchable Linda McMahon right on the entrance ramp. WWE sold this extremely well, having Jerry Lawler leave the commentary booth to try to save her. Why this version of Kane didn't get a short title run, I'll never know. The RKO out of nowhere to the $1 billion princess. Randy Orton was really coming into his own as a villain, heading the newly founded Legacy group with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. He'd beaten an injured Shane McMahon down and emphasized this by delivering his brutal punt kick to an already injured McMahon. Shane's sister Stephanie came out to beg Orton to stop, but her begging turned into demanding, and the now psychotic Orton didn't like that at all. A beautiful RKO followed, with Orton selling what he'd done by looking shocked with himself. This set up his feud with Triple H, who came rushing to Stephanie's aid. Triple H and Stephanie weren't together on screen just yet, but everyone in attendance knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes and why Triple H was there. Nia Jax picks a fight with everyone. Everyone fights Nia Jax.
Dolph Ziggler! Oh my God!
In the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble, Nia Jax punched out R-Truth on her way to stealing his number 30 spot in the match. After dominating some of the male competitors, Dolph Ziggler was the first to fight back with a swift super kick to her jaw. Rey Mysterio followed up with a beautiful 619, and Randy Orton closed the festivities with a gorgeous RKO. Bubba Ray Dudley powerbombs all the women. Is there anyone in WWE history who has laid hands on women more than the Dudley Boys, specifically Bubba Ray Dudley? Seriously, in the early 2000s, Bubba had this whole character going where he would consistently powerbomb female wrestlers, female valets, and even female retirees through tables on a regular basis. He would then adopt this strange facial expression like he was the most satisfied he'd ever been. While all of the powerbombs are worth their own section on this list, you know we have to focus on him powerbombing the 80-year-old Mae Young through a table off the stage. This is an insane bump for anyone to take, but an elderly lady? You're a legend, Mae. The end of days for Baron's fandom.
End of days! End of days!
During an intergender tag match between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, Lynch tossed Evans out of the ring late in the match, only to turn around and eat an end of days from Baron Corbin. The fans' reaction was interesting as we hadn't seen male-on-female violence in a number of years in WWE. Most of the entries on this list are from the 2000s after all. The fans were shocked at first, before in Corbin's own words, they unleashed a chorus of guttural boos, the type of heat you get when fans don't just hate the villain, but hate everything about what they just saw. It would be hard for Corbin to come back from this, and last I checked, he was hanging out in NXT, so totally worth it. Bradshaw clotheslines Shaniqua right out of the WWE.
Clothesline from hell? The clothesline from hell!
The APA were generally on the women's sides, often being paired with them to protect them from abusive villain superstars. On SmackDown in the early 2000s, the Basham brothers and the APA were competing in a tag match, and Shaniqua was watching the Basham's backs. She helped them pick up the win, but this didn't sit well with the former acolytes at all. Bradshaw defended himself from Shaniqua's kick and then took things a step further and hit her with a massive clothesline from hell. We never saw Shaniqua again after this. That concludes our list of the worst times men fought women in the WWE. Which ones did we miss? Let us know in the comments below.